The concert hall buzzed with excitement, filled to the brim with eager fans. Colorful lights danced across the stage as Elvis took center spotlight, dressed in his dazzling gold-trimmed white jumpsuit. With his strong voice, he began to sing a heartfelt ballad that struck a chord in everyone present. The melodies wrapped around the audience like a warm embrace, pulling them into the emotional story he painted through music. As Elvis poured his heart into the performance, the crowd swayed together, a sea of faces lit with joy and nostalgia. Each note seemed to linger in the air, hanging gently before settling deep within their hearts. Laughter and cheers erupted every time he glanced at the audience, creating a bond that felt almost magical. Among these fans was a charming little girl with brown curls, wearing a light blue sundress that fluttered as she danced with delight. She stood close to her dad, her wide eyes reflecting nothing but wonder. The lyrics stirred something inside her, a yearning for connection and love. In that moment of shared emotion, she felt inspired to reach out to the man on stage. Suddenly compelled by her feelings, she started to break away from her father's side. The music flowed all around her, urging her on as she prepared to take a leap of faith toward her idol. Little did anyone know, this spontaneous act would soon captivate not just their hearts, but an entire world watching from afar. As the music filled the air, one particular little girl stood out among the sea of fans. Just 5 years old, she had a head full of soft brown curls that bounced with every movement. Her light blue sundress fluttered as she swayed to the rhythm of Elvis's voice, making her look like a tiny flower dancing in a gentle breeze. She was full of energy and wonder, her big eyes sparkling with excitement and curiosity. Standing next to her was her dad, who watched her with an adoring smile. Their bond was evident, filled with love and shared joy as they experienced the concert together. He held her hand tightly, but even that couldn't contain the thrill building inside her as Elvis sang his emotional ballad. The lyrics seemed to speak directly to her heart, igniting a desire for connection that she couldn't ignore. In those precious moments, she felt safe and loved by her dad, yet the magnetic pull of Elvis's performance made her feel brave and adventurous. When she glanced up at her dad, he encouraged her with a nod, sensing her eagerness to join in the magic unfolding on stage. With each note that flowed from Elvis's lips, she could hardly contain herself any longer. It was as if his music called out to her soul. Empowered by the moment and enveloped in joy, she took a deep breath and prepared to make a leap toward her idol, unaware of the excitement and surprise that awaited both her and those watching nearby. As the haunting melodies of Elvis's emotional ballad soared through the concert hall, the little girl felt waves of feelings crashing over her. Each note seemed to wrap around her like a soft blanket, igniting an overwhelming desire to connect with the man who was pouring his heart out on stage. The crowd swayed, but for her, time felt like it had stopped. She was lost in the music, a world where all that existed was joy and warmth. Suddenly, a powerful urge seized her chest. It was as if Elvis's voice was calling her specifically, inviting her to join him in that moment of magic. She glanced up at her dad, who smiled down at her with eyes full of pride and encouragement. Instead of holding her back, he seemed to understand that this was a pivotal moment in her young life. With a rush of courage, she let go of his hand and began to move forward. Her heart raced as she took each step closer to the stage, feeling lighter than air. The audience around her hardly noticed at first. They were engrossed in the performance. But then, gasps rippled through the crowd as they caught sight of the tiny girl breaking away from the safety of her father's side. Everything around her faded except for the dazzling lights and Elvis's radiant presence. This was no longer just a concert. It was an adventure that urged her onward, a chance to be part of something truly special. As she approached the stage, she could hardly believe that she was just moments away from reaching out to the man who had filled her heart with song. With her heart racing and excitement bubbling inside her, the little girl took the final few steps toward the stage. In that instant, she felt like the only person in the world. As she reached the edge of the stage, she threw her arms wide open, seeking a hug from the legendary Elvis himself. Her innocent expression radiated pure joy, reflecting the unfiltered happiness of childhood. The audience gasped collectively, their eyes widening at the sight of this tiny girl boldly approaching the king of rock and roll. The moment was both thrilling and nerve-wracking, as everyone held their breath, unsure of what would happen next. It was a mixture of awe and concern, knowing that a little one was so close to the star they adored. Elvis, noticing her with a warm smile, seemed to understand her innocent intentions instantly. He paused his performance, his attention fully on her, as he reached out his hand. The connection between them was palpable, as if time had stopped just for them. The girl's wide eyes sparkled with hope and excitement, believing she was about to receive the embrace she longed for. But just as she was about to reach him, a burly security guard rushed forward, seemingly ready to intervene. For a moment, the girl froze in place, fear creeping in as she stood just a foot away from her idol. However, Elvis's calm presence provided reassurance in the midst of chaos. He gently told the guard to stop, creating a magical moment that captured the hearts of everyone watching. This innocent act of love and bravery would soon become an unforgettable piece of Elvis history. As the little girl made her bold move towards Elvis, the atmosphere in the concert hall shifted dramatically. Gasps erupted from the audience, a collective intake of breath that echoed through the venue. People shifted in their seats, their eyes glued to the unfolding scene, unable to look away from the unexpected and heartwarming spectacle before them. Murmurs of astonishment rippled through the crowd as they witnessed this tiny figure, filled with innocent ambition, daring to reach out to the king of rock and roll. Some fans exchanged excited whispers, while others covered their mouths in disbelief. The air was thick with anticipation. Would this innocent gesture be met with joy or chaos? When the security guard rushed forward, a wave of concern washed over the audience. Faces turned serious, hearts raced, and a tense hush fell over the crowd. Everyone wondered how this innocent moment would resolve. The little girl stood frozen, just a foot away from Elvis, her wide eyes reflecting both fear and hope. Then came the moment of reassurance. Elvis's calm voice cut through the tension as he extended his hand and told the guard to stop. The audience collectively exhaled, a sigh of relief echoing throughout the hall. Cheers erupted, mixed with laughter and applause, as they witnessed the magic of connection unfolding on stage. This moment encapsulated not just a performance, but a shared experience that tugged at the heartstrings of everyone present, turning an ordinary concert into something extraordinary and unforgettable. As the little girl took her courageous steps toward Elvis, a sudden shift in the atmosphere was felt throughout the concert hall. Just as she was about to reach her idol, a burly security guard sprang into action, moving swiftly through the crowd. His imposing figure cut a stark contrast to the innocent joy of the girl, and concern rippled through the audience as they watched him rush forward. The guard's expression was serious, filled with determination to protect. He understood that while this moment was filled with excitement and wonder, safety had to come first. The collective gasp from the audience turned into murmurs of worry, as everyone held their breath, anticipating how this unexpected development would unfold. The little girl froze in place, fear flickering across her face as she realized just how close she was to Elvis but also how quickly things had changed. Her wide eyes darted between the guard and Elvis, unsure of what would happen next. It was a delicate moment. Innocence collided with reality as the crowd watched anxiously. Then came Elvis's calming presence. As he extended his hand towards both the girl and the guard, he spoke gently yet firmly, instructing the guard to stop. This act not only reassured the girl but also eased the tension in the room. The audience exhaled together, feeling relief wash over them as they witnessed Elvis handle the situation with grace and compassion, reminding everyone that amidst excitement, kindness and connection could shine through even in unexpected moments. As the little girl stood just a foot away from Elvis, a wave of uncertainty washed over her. She was caught in a moment of pure conflict, her heart pounding with both excitement and fear. The dazzling lights around her seemed to dim slightly as her focus narrowed on the burly security guard rushing toward her. The innocence that had urged her forward became clouded by apprehension, and she hesitated, arms still outstretched but now feeling heavier than ever. Her wide eyes darted between the guard and Elvis, torn between the desire to reach out for a hug and the instinct to retreat from the unfamiliar figure approaching her. The thrill of being so close to her idol was overshadowed by a sudden feeling of vulnerability. Time seemed to freeze as the audience watched this pivotal moment unfold, holding their breath in anticipation. The guard's presence loomed large, and for a brief moment, it felt as if the magic of the concert could shatter into chaos. Yet, amidst the tension, Elvis's warm smile remained steady. He extended his hand toward the girl, signaling that it was okay to come closer. His calming presence acted as an anchor for her wavering heart. As she stood frozen in place, balancing on the edge of courage and fear, she could see Elvis's gentle encouragement shining through his eyes. This delicate moment captured not just her struggle but also the deep connection formed through music, a reminder that sometimes taking a leap of faith is worth it, even when faced with uncertainty. In that moment filled with tension and uncertainty, Elvis's unwavering calmness became a beacon of warmth amidst the chaos. As he stood there in his dazzling gold-trimmed white jumpsuit, he instantly recognized the little girl's fear and desire. With a gentle smile illuminating his face, he extended his hand toward her, beckoning her closer while signaling to the guard to halt his advance. "It's okay, sweetheart," Elvis said softly, his voice carrying over the noise of the crowd. His words resonated with reassurance, cutting through the palpable anxiety that filled the space. The audience watched, mesmerized by how he effortlessly transformed a worrying situation into one of love and connection. Elvis embodied a natural charisma that drew people in, and at that moment, he reinforced the bond between an artist and a fan. His gesture conveyed not just kindness but also an understanding of what this moment meant for the young girl. While others felt protective, Elvis focused on connecting with her, emphasizing that love transcends all barriers, including a sudden rush of concern from security. As she looked up at him, hope began to replace her fear. The little girl's arms remained outstretched, as if magically propelled toward him by an invisible thread of trust. In what felt like an eternity for both Elvis and the audience, he leaned forward, ready to embrace the child who had ventured beyond the safety of her father's side. This beautiful moment showcased the genuine warmth of Elvis, reminding everyone present that music has the power to unite hearts across any divide. As the tension in the air began to fade, a beautiful moment unfolded on stage. Elvis, recognizing the little girl's courage and eagerness, bent down to her level with a warm smile that radiated kindness. His dazzling gold-trimmed white jumpsuit shimmered under the bright lights, but it was his genuine compassion that truly shone through. With an inviting gesture, he beckoned her closer, creating a magnetic pull that drew the girl toward him. The audience held its breath in anticipation as they witnessed this emotional reunion. Every eye was glued to the stage, and the atmosphere transformed from one of worry to pure joy. The little girl gazed up at him, her fear dissipating as she felt the warmth of his presence wash over her. In that heartwarming instant, their connection blossomed into something magical. The girl took a tentative step forward, arms still outstretched, filled with wonder and delight at being so close to someone she admired so deeply. Elvis opened his arms wide, ready to embrace her as if she were a long-lost friend. When they finally came together in a gentle hug, it was as if time stood still for everyone watching. The audience erupted into cheers and applause, their hearts swelling with emotion at the sight of this tender moment. It encapsulated everything that music can do: bridge gaps across generations and cultures while allowing love and compassion to shine through. This unforgettable encounter would be etched in their memories forever, a testament to the power of genuine connection through art. As the heartfelt hug between Elvis and the little girl unfolded, the atmosphere in the concert hall erupted with emotion. Tears of joy streamed down faces as audience members absorbed the beauty of the moment. The sight of the king of rock and roll embracing a child, filled with innocence and admiration, struck a deep chord in everyone present. Cheers erupted, drowning out any lingering tension from earlier in the performance. The crowd's response was electric, as applause filled the venue like a warm wave. People stood up, clapping and shouting in delight, celebrating the connection they had just witnessed. It was a reminder that music can bridge gaps and create unforgettable memories. Fans exchanged glances, some with tears in their eyes, as they processed the pure love radiating from the stage. In that magical instant, generations of fans felt united by a shared experience. For many, it was not just a concert, it was a vivid demonstration of how music transcends barriers and brings people together. Groups of friends hugged each other, while families embraced with smiles, recognizing that they were all part of something extraordinary. Elvis's genuine warmth had transformed what could have been a frantic moment into one overflowing with compassion and joy. As laughter mingled with tears, everyone in the audience understood that this emotional exchange would be etched in their memories forever, a moment where they all felt connected not only to Elvis but to one another through the power of music and love. This unforgettable scene would surely become one of the most cherished stories shared about Elvis for years to come. This unforgettable moment between Elvis and the little girl serves as a profound reminder of the innocence and love that music can evoke. In a world often filled with complexities, their connection touched something pure in the hearts of everyone watching. The simple act of a child reaching out for a hug encapsulated the magical bond between an artist and their fans, reminding us all of the power of vulnerability and acceptance. Elvis's response to the girl was not just an act of kindness. It symbolized how music transcends barriers and creates a space where emotions can flow freely. As he embraced her, it was evident that he understood the impact he had on his audience. This shared moment of joy showcased the genuine love that artists can express towards their fans, helping to foster a sense of community and belonging among those present. For the little girl, this experience would not only be a cherished memory but also a tangible affirmation of her dreams. She had taken a leap of faith, guided by the warmth of Elvis's presence, and in return, she received encouragement and affection, elements often missing in daily life. The audience witnessed not just a performance but a celebration of humanity, compassion, and hope. As the concert drew to a close, this poignant encounter lingered in the hearts of everyone in attendance, illustrating how music reaches deep into our souls and connects us in ways words cannot express. It became a testament to how art has the extraordinary ability to unite people while capturing the essence of love and innocence, creating memories that last a lifetime. The heartwarming exchange between Elvis and the little girl became one of the most cherished moments in his history, resonating deeply with viewers around the world. Almost instantly, the footage of their embrace began to circulate widely, capturing the imagination of fans both old and new. It illustrated how a simple act of kindness could transcend time, igniting a wave of nostalgia and warmth among those who had grown up listening to Elvis's music. As social media platforms buzzed with excitement, countless people shared their reactions to the moment, amplifying its reach and impact. Each view of the clip sparked a renewed appreciation for the artistry of Elvis Presley, reminding audiences why he had such a profound influence on music and culture. The image of him leaning down to embrace a child conveyed a powerful message about love, acceptance, and the magic of music, elements that resonate across generations. This footage not only documented a touching moment, but also became a symbol of hope and joy in challenging times. It reminded viewers that artists have the unique ability to connect with their audience on a personal level, even in the most unexpected situations. As the story spread, it reinforced the idea that music is a universal language capable of uniting people and evoking deep emotions. Ultimately, this magical moment between Elvis and the little girl serves as a timeless reminder of the beauty found in music and human connection, ensuring that its impact will be felt for years to come. It stands as a testament to how art can inspire joy and create lasting memories that linger in the hearts of many.